Jacqui-Lee Pryce for Shadowboxruk UK.
Yep.
We're at the weigh-in for Parker Wardley with lovely Malik Scott. How you doing?
Good. How you been?
Yeah, not bad, not bad. I thought I'd better catch you before the action starts tomorrow night.
Absolutely. I'm glad you did. It's always good talking to you, and let's get it on.
Okay, so late opponent with is it Steve Woodhull?
Yes,
Woodhull.
Yeah.
So listen. In terms of you being a trainer and you've done all the plans, because I know you like to do thorough planning, you have your charts, you know what you're doing. Absolutely. From A to B to C. You get a new opponent. What happens then in terms of, you know, switching up and changing plans? Tell the people about that.
It's not that difficult. The minute that we got the new opponent, I did a quick scouting report, sent the scouting report out to the team, and we ran some, you could say, last minute plays, things that wasn't that far off of our previous opponent, and now we're just gonna go here and handle this opponent accordingly and treat him like a professional, and that's what we're gonna do tomorrow.
I know you like to do drills upon drills in your training.
Yes.
Do you think, or has there been any kind of unlearning to then rebuild for this new opponent, or has it been literally just adding on some sprinkles on the top?
No, it's just been adding on little sprinkles. Like I said, the minute that I get to, an opponent, I go right into scouting reports. If we get a last-minute opponent, I go right into scouting report and see how much I can get on the opponent visually wise, and just see how is he a creature of habit. Whatever it is that make him a creature of habit is my job and Ezra's job to take advantage of those loopholes, and that's what we plan on doing tomorrow.
And in terms of the training camp, obviously you can't tell me too much about how it went and how it didn't go, but you know as a trainer that sometimes people level out and then they make little increments and changes. Where would you say that Ezra has made changes in this camp? Is it spiritual, physical? You know, where has he made the most gains?
That's a good question. It's a good question too, because you touched on the topic of spiritual, and that's something that spiritual, I would say, is a strong reference to mindset. And Ezra's mindset went through dark times this training camp. I made sure of it. The whole training camp was uncomfortable. I titled the training camp Uncomfortable, and that's because my job was to break Ezra, not just with myself, but Holly, our grappling coach, Jeremy Baltzer, and everything that we asked Ezra to do, he did it plus. He's a sponge for knowledge. He's one of the hardest working young men I've ever been around. He handles everything like a professional. That's why I call him, his name is Ezra the King Taylor, but I call him the professional Ezra Taylor, because the way he carries himself in and out the ring. And tomorrow you guys are going to see what I'm talking about.
When you talk about breaking him, is that something that you do with all fighters to make sure that, you know, they are facing things that they may not have faced in life or in the ring before, and it's like your job to go, okay, I'm taking you to the depths? Or is it a case of he had some sort of lack of self-belief and you kind of built him back up? I
just think all fighters in training camp is about being uncomfortable. Training camp is about going into dark places, because in a fight, things may get uncomfortable for you. You got to be used to that feeling. In a fight, things may get dark. You got to be used to that. So I just wanted to make sure that this young man that's 12-0 in the beginning of his career, he get very used to uncomfortability. He get very used to performing in a dark room, in a dark place. And he did that, and he passed all the tests with flying colors. I had him boxing every light, heavyweight, every style in Southern California this camp, and Ezra was doing more than holding his own. And I didn't have him boxing 6 rounds and 8 rounds. No, he was doing championship rounds day in and day out.
Breaking this guy.
Yes.
I just wanted to touch very briefly, if you don't mind, on your split with Deontay Wilder. That must have been difficult after sort of such a long kind of friendship and coaching career. How do you kind of navigate the relationship now? Are you still friends, or how's it going?
No, me and Deontay are beyond friends. That's my brother.
Beautiful.
I love him for life. I'm indebted to him for life. He gave me a chance when nobody would. He trusted me, and we tried our best and gave it a run to become 2-time heavyweight champion of the world. We lost 2 fights back-to-back against 2 tough opponents, and he wanted to go a different route as far as training, but the important thing is that the brotherhood remained the same. The important thing is that I got his back in life, not just about, you know, this boxing thing. We tried to do it, it didn't work. he wanted to move on, and I'm still going to be there supporting him. I'll be at his next fight, and I don't care who he's fighting or what where I'm at. I'll always do my best to be there and support him because that's my brother.
Is that what it's about for you? That you've looked back and you've put your, I'm not suggesting you've got an ego, but we all have to a degree. You have to put that aside and go, listen, it's what's best for the fighter, and you take into account that you've just said, you know what, maybe this is where our journey was supposed to end in terms of coach and fighter.
Yeah, it would have had to end like Deontay letting me know he wanted to go a different direction, because I'm so loyal to him that I wouldn't have never left him. I just wouldn't have done that because he was there for me, and like I said, gave me opportunity when no one believed. And he had one fight since me. It was a good fight back. And now, from what I'm hearing, he's fighting January the 16th. I'm not sure who the opponent is, but of course I'll do a scouting report on him as well, let the team know what I think, and I'm sure Deontay go in there and get the job done.
I'm glad to hear that you're one of these people that it's just business. You've handed him over to somebody else, and you still wish the best for him, and it's good to hear that.
Yes.
Just Deontay Wilder obviously faced Parker, so you've been in the corner watching. What is it that you've seen? What strengths and what weaknesses do you see that Parker has? I know obviously he's probably changed slightly, but you keep your eye on the game. What's happening over there in the Parker camp, do you think?
I don't really think Joe Parker is one of those fighters that if he's your favorite heavyweight, I totally understand why. I don't know nothing he does bad. No one would never tell you something Joe does bad. He take a great punch. He has an underrated chin. He got one of the best chins, not just in the heavyweight division, but in boxing. He's not extremely rapid fast, but he has speed. He have good balance. He have good reflexes. He has a good ring presence. He has a good cadence in the ring. So he have all of these things. Now on top of all of that, Andy Lee is his trainer. Like it's not really you could say bad about Joe Parker. He has all the experience. He fought all the good fighters. He's really an A+ type of fighter. The only fighter that you would just kind of pick over him just like that is probably Usyk. So the good thing about Fabio is Fabio's in a position where he can say, I'm the only one to beat the best Joe Parker, because he's fighting the best Joe Parker tomorrow. He's fighting the second half career Joe Parker, who is the best Joe Parker. So if Fabio can conquer this, he's a hell of a fighter.
But when we talk about conquering, let's be fair, it's very, very difficult. And this isn't being rude. It is just the fact that Fabio Wardley is an awkward type of fighter. He's not orthodox. How do you? Because this is the thing. How do you find the keys to unlock that puzzle?
Against a Fabio?
Against a Fabio.
Well, I just believe Parker have seen all styles. He's seen unorthodox. He's seen, I don't know how many southpaws he's seen. That's probably the Usyk thing. He's seen strong guys. He's seen concussive punchers. He's seen almost every style. I just think tomorrow could possibly be another day at the office for him. All he has to do is listen to Andy Lee, stay poised, and he have to look out for that equalizer that Wardley have, especially early on. But in Wardley's case, it don't even matter if it's early. His power carry over the whole fight. You got to be on your P's and Q's. And Wardley is a dangerous puncher because he can knock you out with short punches. He don't need a whole lot of room. That shot he knocked Hooney out, say his name, Hooney out with, he didn't telegraph that shot. He put it right from his shoulder, and it was a concussive shot, and we see what happened.
And we saw it that Hooney just switched off for that little microsecond.
Yes, and that's all it takes for punchers, dangerous punchers like that. They look for you to slip up 1 second, and that's all they need is they shot, and you're out of there.
Fabio said he always finds a way to win, and to be fair, up to this point, he has. He really has. Can self-belief be enough? Because this kid believes he's fighting Usyk next.
Yes.
Has he got enough to in the tank mentally also
to beat Joseph Parker?
Yeah,
I think he has a punch. He got more than a puncher's chance because he's a concussive puncher. He's unorthodox. He has a very strong spirit. He has a big heart. He has all of that, but tomorrow we'll see. But if I was a betting man and I was to bet, I definitely would go with Joe Parker without no hesitation.
Listen, it's always good to spend a bit of time with you. Thanks ever so much. And hey, good luck tomorrow.
I appreciate you, sister.
Yeah,
Always
and
to see
you. Thank you.